YouTube, welcome back to Sasha Crochet. I'm the instructor Tanisha, and with this tutorial I'm going to show you how I crochet a reusable market bag. I saw this pattern on Goodness Gracious channel and I wanted to try it. Shout out to Goodness Gracious channel. I wanted to use a cotton yarn, something that I could easily throw in the washer. I purchased a Lion brand called Re-Up from Joann's. I've never used this before, so it'll be my first time experimenting with this yarn. The label says that it's a recycled cotton polyester blend with 70 to 30% ratio, rated at 4 medium, 651 yards with a net weight of 14 ounces. And my color of choice is rose water. 5.5 millimeter is the recommended crochet hook size for this yarn. Still, I decided to listen to what Goodness Gracious did and go down to a 2 millimeter hook so that the bag wouldn't be so stretchy, just as she instructed on her video. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It is necessary for the channel to grow. Now let's get started. There are several ways to make a slip knot. I usually make sure that I leave at least a 2-inch tail, and then I usually turn the yarn in between my thumb and my finger, my first finger, to form a circle. And then I'll stick the hook through the circle, pulling the yarn through, creating a slip knot. Pulling the yarn through, then tighten around the hook. To start this off, we're going to chain 80, and I'll meet you back when you have 80 chains on your hook. Because this is starting off the bottom of the bag, and because I want my stitches to be close together, I will not be chaining one. I turn my work, but I will not be chaining one. I'll just go into the very next stitch, pull up a loop. Oh no, not Sasha's here again. Pull up a loop, pull it through to create a single chain. Okay, let's do it again. Go into that stitch, pull up a loop, single chain, finish the single chain. Continue this till you reach the end of this third row, and you're going to repeat these rows until you reach 15 rows. Pause the video and come back when you have row 15 completed. Okay, we're at the end of row 16, or so we think. We're going to go around in a circle, and what I mean by that is, so we stitched here and that ended this row 16. We're just going to continue to go around, and you're going to stitch in the very next space, which would be about right here. I don't know if you can see that. A single crochet stitch, I'm sorry, and continue around. You want to go in just making like in every open space you want to put a single crochet. We'll put one here. In the next space. Just keep going until you reach the end. I'm just going in any spaces that I can get my hook in. Make a mistake, just pull your hook out. There we go. And continue to go around. There it is. Some of the stitches are extremely tight. That's because we use a smaller crochet hook. Just take your time and pull, make sure you pull it cleanly through the stitch. It's kind of like going into the open spaces. Wherever I can find space for the hook is where I'm going in with a stitch, a single crochet, of course, carrying that on. Still using the single crochets. You're going to continue this around this whole piece that we made until you get back to the front, to the start of this row. And this will actually complete row 16. Once you have this row 16 complete, by going all the way around, then you can repeat this for about just continue with the single crochet. Now that I've made it back around to the bottom, what would have originally been a bottom, which is the original chain stitch, it's fairly easy to get into these stitches. So you want to finish row 16 like I said. And you want to do this for 6 rows total. So when you get to row 21, pause the video and meet me back here. Like I said, it's just a continuation of single chains all the way around. Instead of turning your work, you're going to rotate it in a circle to complete each row. Once you have row 21 completed, meet me back. Chain in 2. Once you have your chain 2, you're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and then that 3rd stitch, double crochet. Once you have the double crochets in, you just repeat it. Chain 2, skip 2 spaces, go into that 3rd spot from the last spot that you went in with a double crochet, chain 2. You're going to repeat that all the way around, creating this opening pattern. And once you've completed row 48, come back to me. At the end of row 22, I've double crocheted and I've chained 2, and I'm out of space. So now for row 23 through 48 is actually what I should have said. The next set of instructions are the original 4 chain that we started row 22 with. We're going to go inside that first, the top of that chain. We're going to slip, we're going to pull the yarn through, creating a slip stitch, and we're going to chain 4 on top of that. Creating a space for row 23 to start. From row 23, you're You don't necessarily have to skip the 2 spaces. Row 23 through 48 will consist of you double crocheting on top of the other double crochet just underneath it. We don't want to just go through one side of it. We want to go through the complete through the top, so all of our stitches would be the same. Chain 2, double crochet on top of the next double crochet that's underneath. Chain 2, and you're going to do this, follow this pattern, part of the pattern, until you reach row 48. This is row 23. Pause the video and come back when you've completed row 48. All right, we have completed row 48. We're back to do row 49. Okay, so I'm at the end of row 49. I've put a single chain in every space I could, 2 in the spaces and 1 on top of the double chain, and now it's time to move on to row 50. For row 50, I'm just gonna single chain into this first chain here, and then into every space across. Starting here at that first chain I made, and now I'm going to put a single chain in every space. I'm going to do this for row 50 and also for row 51. And you can pause the video and meet me back when you have the 2 rows completed. All right, so we got 28 single chains at the beginning of row 52. Now we're going to chain 10. Okay, and now that you have 10, you're going to also skip 10 spaces here on this row. And in this 11th space, you're going to put a single chain, and then you're going to do 18 more single crochets. So after the chain 10, we skip 10, and now we have put in 1 single chain, 1 single crochet, and we'll continue on with 18 more in a row. So we now have our 19 single crochets, and now we're going to chain 10 again. You're going to skip 10 underneath. And in that 11th space, you're going to put a single crochet. And you're going to single crochet into the next 59 spaces. So that's one. We're going to put 59 more single crochets in. Right, so we got 19 single crochets and we're going to chain 10 again. I reached the end of row 52, and now for row 53, 54 and 55, you're going to single chain in every stitch to the end. First you're gonna start off with a slip stitch through the first original chain stitch. I just chained one, and now I'm going to single crochet into every stitch going across till I reach that space, that opening. And I'll show you what to do once I reach it. So now that I've reached the space, the opening that I've created in the last row, I can either go into the chain and do a single crochet, or I can go around, pull the yarn around and do a single crochet. Basically, put in 10 single crochets, which should hold about chain to create, and it should be the And you're going to continue this all the way around till you reach the end of row 53. Row 54 and 55 is the same pattern. You're just going to single chain all the way around. This is the instructions for 53 to 55. Once you have that completed, come back to me. So you're going to continue with the single chain, the single crochet all the way around for 3 rows. Pause the video, come back once you have row 55 complete. So we've completed row 55. It will be the end of the body of the bag. The bag is completed. So to end this row, this is row 55. There we go. Okay. Once you have your thread on your hook, you can cut it. Cut you a tail. I like to leave a longer tail. And then you want to pull your yarn through. Tightening the yarn. And that is what you call fastening off. So now we're going to make the straps, the handles of the bag. And we're going to start off with chaining. Let's move our bag out of the way. We're going to chain, make 140 chains. Go ahead and chain 140. So I've chained 140. And now I'm going to take it and put it through 2 of the holes that are close together, of course, the chain. Let me try this again. Then you're going to pull, once you have both on the first and the last chain on your hook, you're going to do a slip stitch, pulling the two together. And now you're going to single chain all the way, you're going to single crochet all the way around this 140 chain you did. And you're going to do the same thing for the other side. Once you have the two handles. So now that I have my two handles or straps, depending on what you like to call them, there are 9 rows of single crochets. I decided not to fasten them off. I wanted to leave them open. And this is the end result. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.